sketches here and there. What's cool about jazz band is we get to experience and work with some different mics and setup and aux stuff, and we have a great sound team helping out back there, so we're gonna make it work. So thank you very much for being here tonight. This concert, an evening of jazz, is what I think we could all use right now. A time to maybe leave some of the chaos outside and just spend a nice, relaxing evening listening to some great music. What's even more cool and really extraordinary is both the groups you're going to hear tonight are all extracurricular groups. Our middle school and high school jazz groups are not during the school day, they're extracurricular. Before school, bright and early. Parents, especially middle school parents, know that very well. So it's just an extraordinary thing that these students give up some of their time to work and play jazz. So I'm very, very proud of these groups, and I'm glad we have an evening to showcase them. So we're going to start with our middle school jam band. These are 7th and 8th graders, and we have 2 charts for you tonight. So we like to work through, especially at the middle school level, our different kind of genres and styles of jazz to get them an experience in the whole breadth of what jazz can really offer. So in our winter concert, we played a lot of rock tunes, whereas this concert, we're going to show you some swing and some funk. So we're going to start with our swing chart. It's called My Dinner with Ronald. Not the most exciting name, but apparently someone had a really good dinner with Ronald. So that's where it came from. It's going to feature Carter Fuchs and Lucas Thompson. Please enjoy My Dinner with Ronald. Let's hear it again for Carter Fuchs on the tenor saxophone, Lucas Thompson on trumpet. It is encouraged, by the way, especially as we hear more and more solos this evening, to show your appreciation and thanks for those solos right afterwards. A little different than our concert band routine, where it's kind of like crisp and quiet through the whole song. So please applaud these wonderful student musicians. So we're going to finish our middle school jazz set with a funk tune. I mentioned that previously. This one is called Buffalo Head. Imagine what you will on how that one was titled. I have no idea. But it is a really kind of neat beginner chart in learning the funk style. Most of you probably have heard Uptown Funk. Okay, that's probably a very good example of, okay, what is this style like? So it features very, very heavy kind of backbeat feel and some really kind of fast driving, powerful rhythms paired with it. So it's a cool chart, and it's going to feature some more soloists. We've got Mitchell Blonigan doing some fills in between. You'll hear that. That's kind of a new thing, especially for middle school jazz, thinking about what does the rhythm section have to do in order to complete and fill the sound. And you also hear Anna Eckman on the trumpet. This is Buffalo Head. So as we quickly get reset with our Paynesville High School jazz group, you'll notice that one person didn't move from the stage here. Haley Puppy, our bass player over here, agreed to step in and help with some of our middle schools. We don't have a bass player in middle school jazz. Can we hear a round of applause for Haley? She gets paid double tonight, so nice job. As we're getting set up, back to the program, there's some upcoming events. Check out next week is a very busy week for music. You can see their choir concert Monday and on Thursday band concert, our 6 through 12. And lots of stuff coming up in the school year. We definitely like to keep these music students busy, but also because they can handle it. They do a wonderful job, and they also, do other classes and homework and jobs and that kind of stuff. But we're very proud of the music that they create. We're also collecting deposits as well for our Disney trip. So most people are getting those in on time. Just a friendly reminder about those as that trip is continuing to plan forward. So think about that as we keep going here this spring. Also want to take this time to introduce and thank our sound team. We've got Josiah Walls back there, Micah Death by Alex Johnson. Thank you, sound lights. Isaac Chalk is also recording and live streaming back there. Thank you, Isaac. And of course, our custodial staff helps us with this, our administration, and really you guys that support this music education, that drive the students early in the morning. Couldn't do it without you. So, let's give a round of applause for these people. Okay, that was weak. Students, give a round of applause for these people in the audience. Ready to go! Yeah, they need some more caffeine before this concert. So our high school jazz looks like it's set up. You guys ready to go? I told them start with their concert black and then add a splash of color. So I see lots of cool little splashes of color and some tattoos. But I guess it's a splash. So our first tune for you tonight is called American Patrol. It's kind of an interesting story here. It was originally a march, written back in the late 1800s. And really gained popularity when Glenn Miller, if you know the Glenn Miller Jazz Big Band, when he recorded a version of it in 1942. What was interesting about that is he was also obviously we know that World War II was involved in that time, and so he recorded this song. 6 months later, he signed up to go serve in the Air Force, and he was very, very much a patriot that way, and very much wanted to serve his country. So, and his band at the time, the Glenn Miller Big Band, was really a rising, popular band at the time. He kind of left that success to go serve, which is kind of a cool thing to think about. But this tune, like I said, it was used to be just a straightforward march, and he was like, nope, I've got a big band, let's swing it, and let's bounce it. So this is actually a swing bounce. It's going to move and groove. I hope you enjoy American Patrol. It's going to feature some solo fills from Easton Rindall as well. Here we go. Now here's American. our next piece called Chameleon. So we had our funk chart in our middle school jazz. This is our funk chart in high school jazz. Now it may look a little familiar. So this piece we performed at our winter December concert, but then also performed it for our solo ensemble contest in early March. And you always get some really great feedback and good suggestions at these contests like that. And it always kind of stinks sometimes, I think, even for those students that are playing solos, that like they work it up and then they get this great feedback from the judge or the clinician, and then they never play it to try some of these things. So we took the challenge. The clinician at the contest talked about really slowing it down, really grooving hard with this chart. And that was kind of his mantra. So we were like, okay, let's do it. I want to hear how that works. So we're going to perform for you a revamped, renewed Chameleon, featuring Connor Gunderson on the tenor sax. different. So exploring the different styles of jazz, we're going to lean into the ballad, jazz ballad. So this next tune, Someone to Watch Over Me, George and I were Gershwin too. So it was originally written for a musical, but Gershwin kind of played around with it. It was a lot more upbeat and kind of found it, oh, this works a little better as a ballad. But lots of jazz greats have sung this. Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, the list goes on and on. And so our Sinatra, our Ella Fitzgerald tonight will be Ms. Kate Landsteiner on the alto saxophone. She will be featured on this jazz ballad, Someone to Watch Over Me. Let's hear it one more time. Okay, man. Our next tune, Satin Doll, is probably, once we get started, something you recognize. It's probably one of those jazz standards that you'll hear at clubs, sometimes elevators, you know, that kind of stuff. But it's a really classic tune, composed by Lee Strayhorn, Ellington. It's got some really, really, really nice harmonies, nice setup in terms of our swing feel. So this is a classic swing. You're going to hear some solos by Delaney and Mace over there on the piano that really help bring this all together. Hope you enjoy Satin Doll. So again, before we do our last chart here, thank you so much for being here tonight, for supporting music education, supporting these jazz students. Can we give another just big round of applause for Paynesville Jazz? Feature them a little bit, get them some breathing room. You know, we always have to think and coordinate with what's going on in our big group concerts. So I love having this little feature showcase. Now, for our final tune here tonight, you may recognize something that sounds like a drink that is probably not appropriate for high school. But what it really is, okay, so in high school I also played this piece. I remember playing it in high school jazz. And I grew up in Wisconsin. Don't hold that against me. But we are the land of cheese and dairy. So when we played this song, we were told that when the chorus ramps up, we would say Velveeta. The melty cheese Velveeta. So that's certainly an option for you. Or you can certainly shout out any sort of high school appropriate drink of your choice. So let's practice, because we do need some audience participation. So we're going to practice. Okay, so students, just start at the manager. Yeah, it's 39. Okay? Okay. Are you ready? You ready? Yep. Okay, just 39. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is tequila, Velveeta. Thanks again, everyone. Afterwards, the students, middle school jazz students, we're going to help move everything, including our equipment, to the wings. We'll take care of moving it back tomorrow, but the choir needs this space right away tomorrow morning, so we have to clear it so they can rehearse. But again, here is Velveeta.